Welcome to Victoria's Secrets. This is the second episode of Victoria's Secrets. I'm Vicky Helm. It's nice to meet you and thank you for dropping by. Today is a really important day, and I just want to talk to you about this for a second because it's never happened before in history. Never. Today, silver broke $100. So $100 an ounce for one piece of silver. And that is, I think it's like $100.48 right now as it's floating around. But also, gold is going to touch $5,000, I think, because we're at 49.50 or something like that. So these two metals are rising, 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 and getting stronger. And the key question is why. And I get that we've oversold the silver ETF. So the my point is in this celebration is experts, whatever those are, but people who predict think that silver is going to go to $400 and that gold is going to go to $15,000. And the question is why? What's happening that's driving the gold and silver up? And I think it's kind of a piece of data and information that it's important to pay attention to. It's important to look at. Why? Because it says something about our economy. So, gold and silver usually have an inverse relationship to the dollar. And the dollar, when the dollar is up, gold and silver prices are down. And when the dollar is down, gold and silver prices are up. They have that inverse relationship. Well, since we've been printing endlessly and the dollar really has no value at all, the kind of asset you get is really important. So, for instance, the value of the dollar fell 23% last year, 23% of your buying power. And thus we call it inflation. And just ask yourself one thing: do you think prices are going to go up or are they going to go back down? So my feeling is that they're going to go up. And I never seen prices go back down. I know we have energy prices at our current level. Gas has come down and oil has come down, but the prices of your food and your medicine and everything else, those prices continue to rise. So, what's happening right now is what is on the chopping block that gold has to be $5,000 or it's going up to $15,000? I mean, what's happening in the world? And more than that, what should you do to protect your wealth? So, let's say you have $1 million saved up in your IRA or your retirement account. Right now, the stock market is way high and it looks really great. But if you lost 70% of that $1 million, how much would you have left in your account? What is it, like, I don't know, 70,000 or something? Just guessing. I'm not mathing with a calculator. But my point is this: when you look at the data is information about something. And that data will help you make better financial decisions when you look at it. And one of the best pieces of data is how much buying power has your dollar lost? How far is your gold and silver going up? Because I'm assuming that everybody has a piece of jewelry. And looking at the price of what you paid for that piece of jewelry and the value of it right now, that's really important. And why has the dollar lost 23% of its buying power? For me, the guess is that they printed so much of it, it's just valueless. And so the time to take an action and keep track of what's going on is kind of here now, I think. And for women, this is really important because we are savers and we love to put money in the bank and we want to stuff that money in the bank. And then what we do is we stuff it in another bank. We usually give it to an advisor, an analyst, a planner, or somebody and say, manage my money for me, which I don't think is smart. I think right now you need stewardship over your wealth. You need to learn to have stewardship and ownership of the wealth that you're creating or the wealth you have. So people ask me all the time, is it a good time to buy gold? I don't know. I don't know if it's a good time for you to buy gold. I know that if it was me, I would invest in gold if it was going to 15,000. And so it's hard for me to think this because, in my past, I've had a gold and silver rare coin business that I had for like 7 years or so. And I just remember thinking to myself when gold was like 250 or $300 an ounce, and they told me it was going to hit 3,000. I was like, no way, it's not going to hit 3,000. We'd have to have disaster in our economics in order for it to hit that price. And so what happened was when it hit 3,300, I was like, ooh, we have a disaster in our economy. And for me, since 2008, I think we have been kicking the can down the road, just down the road, down the road, down the road. And eventually, we're going to have to pay the piper. So our credit card is nearing $39 trillion. $39 trillion. And I just want to give you a mental focus on that. Let's say you were spending about $750,000 a day. $750,000 a day for like the last, I don't know, over 2,000 years. Let's take you back to the time of Jesus, and you're spending $750,000 a day since the time of Jesus. You'd probably be about, I don't know, a little over halfway through $1 trillion. So, in that kind of context in your mind, 39 trillion is absolutely something that people, I don't think we're going to recover from. So, over time, in the basis of the dollar, every time you save your dollar, so everything, all the money you saved last year into your bank account lost 23%. So that's the point. When you're saving, what are you doing with that? So, what I do is I have a free school community, and that free school community, I teach women how to create sovereign wealth, wealth that protects them, wealth that they own, wealth that's their own and they have it solidly theirs. What I also teach is sovereign wealth strategies. I don't like the market at all. I don't like ETFs, anything that doesn't allow you to own or have control of your money, or anything that you have to put your money into and borrow it when you need it with an interest rate, doesn't make sense to me, even though it makes sense to everyone else. And so I've done the market thing and I've done the sovereign wealth thing. And there's a book for women, The Independent Woman. It's the 10 essential assets every woman needs to unlock in order to have safety and freedom and ownership and prosperity. It's my 47th book, and it's, I don't know, like 146 pages. But I'd like to invite you to the school community. And that school community is school.com/independent woman. And if you go in there, it's free to join. You're going to learn all about wealth building in a completely different way, a way that helps you have stewardship and control of your life, control of your wealth. Because what's coming, I think, is going to be unsteady. I mean, when gold hits 5,000 and silver hits 1,000 and they expect it to go up even more, there's something wrong in the fundamental stability of the economic thing, the whole world. And maybe it's AI. I'm not debating what it is. I'm just saying this is how I want to protect myself. And I want to tell you, what if you were open to just learning something different that could actually help you stabilize your wealth versus live in uncertainty and have it go up and down? That's just the thing. But today I want to celebrate. Silver's up 100 to $100. They expect it to go higher, and we are going to pay attention to how to build sovereign wealth, how to build the kind of wealth that keeps you free and gives you choices. It gives you options. It gives you knowledge that can never be taken away from you. You are not going to be controlled by what the markets do or what the real estate does. It's completely different. And right now it's free to join. All right. That's my second episode of Victoria's Secrets. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being with me today. And I'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye.